Greetings, family. This is Kevin Orosz. In this video, I'm going to be speaking into the king archetype as it manifests in the masculine for men. So the king archetype is the final archetype in the sequence of videos I've been doing around the core pillars of the masculine psyche, emotionality, physicality, mentality. So this is the core essence. And archetypes can be thought of as meta patterns in evolution that govern the energetic of the masculine as evidenced by male-bodied beings, right? So obviously there is a correlate to the king, which is the queen, which is the feminine correlate of the sovereign archetype. And a quick note about the archetypes. I'm a huge fan and student of Robert Moore, of Carl Jung, Robert Bly, Gillette, these legends that have brought these beautiful tools and perspectives to us through their work, but these are far older than these authors. So I'm curious to see how many people are in this kind of understanding. Are you studying the archetypes that I see as evolution? And it's even beyond humanity. They're older than humanity. All cultures and all times have their versions of these. So what is the king? The king is the penultimate archetype, obviously. So the king is the sovereign, and in some ways, this energetic is the culmination of the magician, the warrior, and the lover, and he sits at that north node in the compass or the medicine wheel of the archetypes, because the embodiment of the king is all about sovereignty. So what is the sovereign? The sovereign is a self-sourced energy that is being. The king is. The king is his being, and this is the symbol of the throne, right? The throne represents the center of the kingdom. So, invitation to apply this to your life, apply this to your relationships, your career, your mission. How are you creating sovereignty? Which means you're self-sourced, you're not in codependency, you're not in lack or scarcity around receiving attention, resources, etc. And this obviously has to be earned and matured. So for many men, the immature version, which immature is a part of a life cycle. You wouldn't point at a sapling or a sprout and judge it for not being a tree. In the same way, many men in the prince energy, in the stages of the prince, are on their way to becoming kings and stepping into full power and sovereignty with the masculine. So the other features of the king archetype that are very important are empowered speech and clear vision. So the king has a vision for the kingdom. And the kingdom, remember, can be your business, your artwork, your relationship, your family, your village, right? The vision of the king is what steers and guides and gives life and purpose to the kingdom. And remember, the king is the ultimate servant. We're not talking about, some of the shadow version of the king, the tyrants that we see running around in the media. This is an integrated, humble, mature, masculine, sovereign force that actually creates a lot of life and opportunity for everyone he's in connection and relationship with. So paired with that ability to see the vision, where are we going, what's out there, and to really hold that, again, with the beingness, it's to communicate it. So the king has the ability to communicate clearly with empowered speech. His words, his edicts, his dictation is felt and enacted by the kingdom, by the community, by the circle. So the king is holding this energetic that is very essential for a community. And the king can only exist in a community, right? The king is the ultimate servant. So for many men, early in their lives, they will need a king in their reality as a mentor to receive blessing, to receive acknowledgement, to receive wisdom and male brotherhood and mentorship. This is essential for men. And as men power up and become financially, emotionally, sexually, physically trained and abundant, they will then do this for the boys, the women, the children, the animals, the colleagues in their environment, in their village. Because when you are in the sovereign energy, all you want to do is serve and give and radiate like the sun, not from overgiving, pouring out your cup. It's because your cup's so full, because you've enabled your existence in this way, whether it's your business or your family, or, whatever it is, your garden, you've enabled the overflow by doing the work, right? And that involves all the archetypes, all 4 of them, which is why the king is arrived at last. And of course, there's no arrival. The work's never done. It's just the upward spiral continues. So if you found this video powerful, informative, I invite you to share in the comments how you relate to the sovereign energy, the king archetype, the queen archetype for the ladies. And share this video out if it's been meaningful to you. I'm so grateful to have been traveling through these archetypes in my work and using them in my mentorship and my coaching containers for years now, and really being a student of this very, very powerful map for the masculine and for humanity. And I would invite you to consider how this can be a tool of empowerment, an artifact of awakening for you and in your life and in your dealings. Big love, family.